They were ordinary men, fishermen, a tax collector, a political rebel, men with fear, doubt, and flaws. That they followed one man, Jesus Christ. After his resurrection, these men carried a message powerful enough to shake empires. And almost all of them paid for it with their lives. This is the story of how the 12 apostles were killed. The apostles did not die for politics. They did not die for wealth. They did not die for power. They died because they refused to stop saying one thing: Jesus is Lord. In a world where Caesar demanded worship, that statement was dangerous. The Roman Empire saw them as threats, religious leaders saw them as heretics. And persecution followed. Peter, the bold one, the loud one, the man who once denied Jesus. After Pentecost, Peter became fearless. He preached openly in Rome. According to early church tradition, Peter was arrested and sentenced to death by crucifixion. But Peter made one request. He said he was not worthy to die the same way as his Lord. So he was crucified upside down. Peter died humiliated by the world, but honored in heaven. Andrew, Peter's brother, preached in Greece. He refused to worship Roman gods. He was sentenced to crucifixion. But unlike Jesus' cross, Andrew's was axe-shaped, now known as the St. Andrew's cross. He did not die immediately. For 2 days, Andrew preached to the crowd while hanging on the cross, until his voice finally faded. James was one of Jesus' inner circle. He witnessed the transfiguration. He was present in Gethsemane. James became the first apostle to be martyred. The Bible records his death clearly. King Herod Agrippa ordered James to be beheaded by the sword. He died early, but faithful. John, the disciple Jesus loved. John was arrested and tortured. Tradition says he was boiled alive in oil and survived. Unable to kill him, the Romans exiled John to the island of Patmos. There, he received the visions that became the book of Revelation. John died later of old age, but not without suffering. Philip preached in Asia Minor. He openly confronted pagan worship. According to tradition, Philip was either crucified or hanged upside down. Some accounts say he continued preaching until his final breath. Bartholomew's death is among the most brutal. He preached in Armenia. He converted a king and angered the local rulers. Tradition says he was flayed alive, his skin torn from his body, and then beheaded. His crime: refusing to deny Christ. Matthew, the former tax collector, he preached in Ethiopia. Accounts differ, but tradition holds that Matthew was killed with a sword or spear while celebrating communion. The man who once chased money died serving faith. Thomas the doubter, but doubt didn't stop him. Thomas traveled farther than any apostle, all the way to India. There, he preached boldly. Local rulers ordered his execution. Thomas was pierced with spears. The man who once said, "Unless I see, I will not believe," died believing without hesitation. James, sometimes called James the Less, is less documented. Tradition says he was stoned, then beaten to death with a club. His quiet life ended violently. Jude preached in Persia. He faced strong opposition. Tradition says he was beaten with clubs or killed with an axe. His death was swift but faithful. Simon was a former revolutionary. He preached peace through Christ. Tradition says Simon was sawn in half for his faith, a brutal end for a transformed man. Judas betrayed Jesus, consumed by guilt. He returned the silver. The Bible records that Judas took his own life. His death was not martyrdom but tragedy. These men could have recanted. They could have walked away. They could have said, "It was a lie," but they didn't. People don't willingly die for something they know is false. Their deaths didn't end the message. It multiplied it. The apostles didn't die as heroes. They died as witnesses. Their blood became the foundation of the church. Their message survived prisons, crosses, swords, and empires. And today, their voices still echo through history. The question is not how they die. The question is, what are you willing to live for?